So yeah, Mike Geronimo has new music coming out, so I'm sure that's gonna be dope. Because I mean, you know, he's a well respected hip hop artist all around. You know, I hate that him and Irv, you know, kind of had a falling out, but you know, it still doesn't take away from who Mike Geronimo is. You know what I mean?
I think, yeah, man. Like I said, man, Mike. I think Mike is cool, man.
Yeah,
he just like a real dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just get when they interviewed him, like with the interviews he's hopped on. Like I get that vibe from him. And yeah, he just do him. You know? Yeah, that's it.
Definitely.
Chill dude.
All right. Well, as far as new music, we also got something new from my man Meek Mill out of Philly called Early Mornings. I heard it. It's pretty good. You know what I mean? It's got that same Meek Mill vibe to it that he puts out. You know what I mean? We got a dude named Rick Hyde. He got a song out featuring Benny the Butcher and Corey Guns. It's pretty dope. It's called Pandemic Flow.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes hard. Trust me on that one. Now, that is probably one of my favorites. Raekwon and Ghostface, they got a song that was accepted through the Funk Flex Challenge. He challenged them to release a song and that he would play it on the radio, and he did. But according to him, it's not a song that will ever be released. They just gave it to him for the challenge. But man, it was dope. I'm like, how are y'all not going to, release this officially? They didn't give a name for it, but it really had an old school dope breakbeat type sound. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know if I shared it on Facebook yet, but if I haven't, I will. So yeah, but it was dope though. Speaking of Ray and Ghost, this is the funniest shit I've seen all day.
Oh man.
So the Migos. Two of the Migos, Quavo and Takeoff, have a new album coming out. It's called Only Built for Infinity Links. And they copied the Ray and Ghost album cover where, one of them sitting there and the other one got the arms like he, shooting over his shoulder. And, at first I'm like, okay, is this out of some respect shit? Or is it out of some sneak diss shit? But they got a promo video out for it. And part of the promo video, they say, you hear one of their voices saying, this is better than Cuban Links. This is stronger. This is stronger than Cuban Links. So I'm like, okay, what are you trying to say right now? I don't know if you really trying to be funny. Some of my Infinity Links are stronger than Cuban Links. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It just didn't hit me right. I mean, it could be some we showing love. But it could also be, we're better than them. You know what I mean? We got something better than them. I don't know why the other dude ain't in it, Offset.
Yeah.
I guess he, up in the house with Cardi or whatever. But it's just Quavo and, yeah. Right. Hey, we be making some babies up in there. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just Quavo and Takeoff, and it's called Only Built for Infinity Links. And, it shows the links like that looks like the infinity symbol, the 8 sideways. So, I don't know, man. It was funny to me, but I'm going to let y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think.
So, hold on. Did they... Oh, so Ray and Ghost, they ain't responded?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I just heard about this today. I haven't heard anything from Ray and Ghost, so we're going to see. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of weird to me, and 50 was, I heard it from 50 Cent's page, because 50 was plugging it. He was like, yeah, this is what we really need to be listening to. And I'm like, he did have beef with Wu-Tang back in the day, so, is he still holding a grudge? Like, fuck the purple tape. This is what we really need to be listening to. Because his caption was just, this is what we really need to listen to. And I was just like, is it though?
There ain't songs off of it.
Nah, he just posted a promo video where it showed them in the position just like the Cuban Links album cover. And you heard a voice in the background saying, Infinity Links is better than Cuban Links or something like that, or it's stronger than Cuban Links. So,
man, I
don't know, man. I don't know what to think of it.
Now, I want to shout out to Migos because, they actually, actually watched the show for a little bit.
Right.
For a little bit. Yeah, so I want to shout them out.
Appreciate them.
They gave us, a little constructive criticism.
Yeah.
It's all good, baby. I love it, baby. I love it. But anyway,
but we're gonna have to wait and see. You know, if they trying to be on something funny or if they're really trying to pay homage.
My thing of it is it kind of goes into the spiel like, you know, it's like this generation is really trying hard to be better than the last generation, but it's like with mediocre shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't get it. Like, you know, I won't go too far on that because, you know what I'm saying, we gotta, you know, I know you got some other stuff to talk about. But I mean, that's what it kind of goes on, man. Like, it's just, I don't understand this whole push of this generation is better than the previous, which, now I will say this, now naturally, organically, that's what's supposed to be the order. Like, the 80s, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the 90s and certain aesthetics were better than the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like in certain things. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's certain talents and, you know, there's certain stuff that you can't take away from the 80s.
Right.
But as far as like what, you know, as far as like moving the bar and moving forward, yeah, it's clearly shown that the 90s did that.
Yeah.
This era, I don't see that. I think everybody's kind of got complacent and lethargic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, you know, it, like I said, with the whole comparison of, LeBron's doing this, and breaking records, and yeah, you know, he's better than Jordan, and I'm like, but, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things I just don't, you know, I just don't, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not seeing it. Don't get me wrong, LeBron's incredible. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him, but nah, man, Jordan did what he did in shorter time.
Yeah.
In shorter time.
So yeah, it's, you know, that's the thing about it. You know, when you can do a lot in a short amount of time, it's hard to beat that. You know, anybody can do a lot, but to do it in a certain amount of time.
I think the only, as far as entertainment and things go, I would probably venture to say the only great I could really consider in this generation, even though he's, you know, people think he's crazy and shit, I'll have to give that to Kanye.
Okay.
I mean, as far as like, you know, what he did, the music, because I mean, he got the music, he's got the, you know, he's got the brands and all that. Even though, like I said, sometimes he's a little nuts, but I mean, nah, he's got some stuff that he's working with.
You know they say genius borderlines insanity anyway.
Yeah, so I would give that to him.
Yeah.
But like everybody else, nah. Everybody's just too, to me, it's just so, it's just mediocre.
Yeah, that's why we made that our question of the day, you know, last week. You know, what's up with that? You know, so, but yeah, so, and then last thing on music, you know, speaking of 50, he kind of got into a back and forth with Lil Kim on social media because she released a new song with Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Megan Thee Stallion released a song called Plan B a couple months ago. And so she got Kim on the remix. So it's called the Plan B remix. And, you know, the song is them rapping about people who were their exes, guys who they messed with, who thought, you know, that these females wouldn't be anything if the guy wasn't in the picture, and just thought they was, you know, kind of the best part of these females' life. And so this is them saying basically, you know, I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm stronger than that. Kind of, you know, that women's empowerment type stuff, you know. So 50 heard the song and tried to clown Lil Kim, saying that her lyrics were taking a shot at Nicki Minaj. And, you know, Kim was like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So, because Kim was like, this is a song about exes. There's nothing in there about nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody else. But 50 was being funny. What made it so bad was 50 told, he tagged Nicki in his comment, talking about, you better go get her. You know, she was talking about the baby. And so her baby got an effed up eye. he kind of mentions Little Kim's kid, saying that her baby got a effed up eye, and I'm just like, why would you drag a kid into something like this? You know what I mean? Even if the kid has a deformity or whatever it is, I don't even know, but that's just childish. So, from what I understand, 50 has deleted his post, and Kim deleted hers as well. But they were kind of taking back and forth, with each other overnight. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, man. Like I said before coming here, on the phone with you, like, I respect 50 as far as like what he does. I've for him being a street guy, and you coming up to the corporate world, and being groomed and actually talking, kind of breaking down some things, how business and stuff goes.
Mm-hmm.
I respect him for that, but it's just like, man, like, you doing all this trolling, like, people at that position, you would think, what I'm saying, I really don't have time to do all
you
this.
have better things to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like a mogul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got all these shows and movies and all that.
I would figure, like, what I'm saying. I mean, don't get me wrong now. Like, if you say, I understand people get a little time, but, I figure, with all that going, you should be busy. And, like, so why you got to, what I'm saying? I just don't. Yeah, I just don't understand it.
Yeah, and I think, it's pretty much something that I've said over the years. 50 just thrives off of beef and controversy. I think that's his way of just staying relevant. You know what I mean? Just, I need to stay in the public attention, and this is the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Every now and then I just got to throw a shot at somebody. But, it's like, this whole thing with you and Kim is so old, man. It's like, pick somebody else at least or something. They've been going back and forth at it since, like, I don't know, when did that song come out that they did with each other?
Magic Stick? Yeah. That was 2003, maybe?
Yeah, somewhere around, I was going to say 05, but yeah, somewhere in the early 2000s. So it's like, that whole thing should have blown over by now. Let it go, man. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, man. It's just like, why, I understand, like, you a dude and, you actually beefing with, like, a dude about certain stuff, but, like, why are we beefing over, like, women about stuff?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding that at all.
Right.
Like, why, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta, it's just beef. Like, we got that beefing with women. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
But yeah, if any of y'all, that's kind of, going from the music into our first topic. So, I just kind of made that the first topic because I want to get y'all opinion on that. What do y'all think? You know what I mean? Was he kind of being petty? You know what I mean? Or have you even heard the song, the remix? What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, and speaking of Kim, since we're talking about Kim's.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim Kardashian had a little magazine joint, and this Peruvian heifer looked like a damn white woman.
Right. Kim said, "I'm tired of looking black all the time.
I'm tired of looking like a nigga. I gotta let me get back to my blonde hair and blue jeans. America.
Let me dig into my Taylor Swift bag.
America."
So yeah, I mean, it's a funny picture, that she took, in some jeans and like a wife beater looking like top. I don't know, man. I mean, you can tell that's not really her style, but I guess she was just trying to do something different, Let me show the mayonnaise side of my life, for once. But
no, the thing is, because you gotta think she passed for it, but well, I don't know, because I think Peruvians, they're still, I think, well, yeah, they are like a European descent or whatnot.
I don't know. So, I mean, it don't even matter, but she ain't black. You know what I mean? So,
nah.
But still, it was just kind of funny that she did the picture in that type of outfit. It was, nothing wrong with the clothes. It's just you can tell that's not her style.
And the thing of it is, it's just like, see, like we say on here, like it just trips me out, man. Like, people get tired of being a nigga, they can just throw it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just be like, you know what? I don't want to be a nigga today. I just, I was rapping and doing all this stuff like Machine Gun Kelly. Don't get me wrong, did a pretty good diss and everything for Eminem, towards Eminem. But you know what? I don't feel like rapping. I'm gonna go in this punk rock shit.
Right.
Same thing with them Post Malone.
He can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Post Malone. Look, man, I don't want to rap. I want to do country shit. I want to go out here and do this country shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I just don't get like. Y'all can come in. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can, get a little bit in the culture, but then when the culture get the backlash or you get what you want to get out of it, now you want to just jump back.
Right.
And like we don't get that now. Once you black, you in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the gang and shit. It's like, yo, only way you gonna get out to the box.
Right. You ain't getting out of this.
You ain't getting out.
Yep.
Only you getting out to the box.
So yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think. If y'all seen the picture, I'll probably have it up, of course, when we download this on YouTube. The finished version. But yeah, so I thought that was funny too, man. Kim Kardashian. But, let's move on to the next, I guess. So, my man Fat Joe is hosting the Hip Hop Awards.
And why?
A lot of people don't like that. They just feel like he ain't the one. He not real hip hop. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Fat Joe does a lot of crossover stuff, but Fat Joe is trying to make his money. But Fat Joe, I still consider him hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
Because Fat Joe can still rap. He just says, this is what's going to sell, so I'm going to need somebody singing on these hooks. Let me get Ashanti. Let me get somebody like J-Lo. Let me get, he know how to make something go good for the sales, you know what I mean? But I still consider him hip-hop, so I don't have a big beef with him. I do wish he did more street stuff.
He did, you got to think, man, like a lot of his, now I will say a lot of his stuff, like the earlier stuff, he did. Like, he know how, like, I say this all the time, man, like the Posse records.
Oh, yeah.
He know how to bring people together. He was kind of like Khaled before Khaled, in a sense, on, like, the Posse record side. Yeah. Not on the technical mixing and all. I'm not saying that, but as far as, like, look, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to get together. I'm going to put these people here. I mean, shoot, man, John Blaze is a classic, man. Now, I ain't gonna lie. If he brings that to the BET Awards and get like the rappers on there, excluding Pun, obviously, but
yeah,
if he gets the rappers on there and do that, I think that would be great. But you know what I'm saying, just to do like a throwback. But him hosting, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I do think they could have picked a little bit better, but I ain't gonna be too mad at it. My thing is the overall award show in general has been trash lately.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not making me mad more so than I'm expecting it just to be a trashy show because lately they just been having the wackest rhymers on the ciphers and stuff like that. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, but these are the These are the people that said that Tupac would get ate up lyrically by a certain guy. We ain't gonna say his name. Ronda Wayne. And spell it with a P. Right. But anyway. But I mean, my thing of it is, it's just like, man, come on, man. Like, it just, again, going back to mediocrity. They trying to celebrate it and like, oh, this is this. And yeah, they trying to make it match up to, like, what happened yesterday. And it ain't working.
Yep, that's true.
It's not working. But yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't get the pick. I don't understand it. I mean, will he make a decent host? I feel so. And that's another thing too. Are they doing that because, like, look, we can't do a white host for BET, so let's get someone that somewhat looks like us.
Mm-hmm.
But then but he's not white. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's not black, but he's not white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that it could be some of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I you know what I'm saying? But I just don't get it. But yeah, I mean, to say that Fat Joe's not hip hop though, the people that saying that obviously had not listened to some of his earlier stuff. Now, you know what I'm saying? Is it at the caliber or quality of like like Wu-Tang and all that other stuff? Nah, I wouldn't say that, but I would say like it was definitely street. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely
Yeah, and I mean, Fat Joe had a good relationship and still does with DITC, digging in the crates.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he knows hip hop, but still, they could have picked a little bit better in my opinion. But I'm still not hating it. But I do think they could have picked a little bit better. Now, if they had picked somebody like Amigos or something like that, then yeah, I'd have been like, I'm not watching that shit.
Well, if they picked Amigos, at least it'd be for them. And I'm not saying that because they watch the show. Shout out again.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that because, but I mean, but I think at least it would be within the culture. You know what I'm saying? Per se, like, but I mean, at the same time too, like, nah, I couldn't really get them to, because at least Fat Joe got a track record.
Right.
He's got a good lengthy track record. The Migos, they still, for the most part, they relatively new.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting some age on them now. But, but they still relatively new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they do their thing. I didn't mean it like in a disrespectful way, but it's just they're not the type of folks I would consider for hosting.
Yeah.
So it would just be awkward for me.
Yeah,
but we'll see. I mean, speaking of Fat Joe, we also got to talk about the whole controversy between the relationship between blacks and Latinos and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We got to kind of segue into that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Perfect segue. Because I want, and that's the thing I wanted to shout out. Like, one, because there's been people putting up these posts. I've shared them because they have some of my favorite groups in there, like the Latinos in hip hop.
Yeah,
they were showing. I've shared a couple of them. Shout out to Whip, Ruby D.
Yeah.
I think they missed a couple of them because they didn't mention Mellow Mayonnaise. They didn't mention Kid Frost. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Cypress, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I had to shout them
yeah.
out. You know what I'm saying? That's it, Ruby D. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they they had like a lot of other groups that was, and honestly, I didn't know AZ was part. They said that AZ has like I want to say he was like either Dominican or has some part.
I might have heard that a long time ago, but I forgot.
Yeah,
I know like Nori.
Yeah, Nori's Spanish. Yeah, Nori's half Spanish.
Half
yeah, he said that in the song. Yeah, I think he's Dominican.
So
you can kind of see it on him really.
But yeah, AZ, I'm not sure if I ever heard it. If I did, I forgot it if I heard it.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would never take away the Latino influence in hip hop. I think the problem is people thinking like, oh well, yeah, the Latinos started it. Like that, I can't say that.
Nah,
because it definitely was started by the people of the darker people of the islands.
Yeah,
via Cool Herc. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I would I would say that, but nah, But now, as far as them being in there, like in the conception, I wouldn't say they started, but they were definitely some of the first people. Oh yeah, Charlie Chase. My bad, I forgot.
Oh yeah,
the Cold Crush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charlie Chase.
And, there was a lot of especially in New York. We had a lot of Puerto Ricans. It's Dominicans too, but we had a lot of Puerto Ricans who were b-boys. When hip hop first started, because When I first started being a b-boy, I was coming, me and my best friend used to battle kids in breakdancing, and he was Puerto Rican. And it was just a lot of that going on. Most b-boy, you didn't see a whole lot of it, like you said, in the songs, but when it came to just b-boys dancing and, at the parties, it was always a bunch of Hispanic kids there just killing the game, And so I definitely know they were there in the early parts of hip-hop. A lot of the graffiti artists were Hispanic, So yeah, they were there,
Yeah, it's just interesting. It's really weird too because New York has a very unique story with Hispanics, with the Latins and stuff, because those people, not to sound like that, let me like the black and brown people there, they were really coming up together, and they was kind of, treated the same. So they all came together, and then parents really told them, like, yeah, these people, they the same, they are you, like they the same people.
Yeah.
They might look a little different, but they are you. And then they kind of came together. But it's just weird, like in other pockets of the United States, the relationships, not all the time, but the relationship of black and Latino is not a strong relationship. There are places, and for what I understand, in places like in LA, people, they talk about this black and brown unity, like they trying to get it on, like on wax and on records. But in actuality, black people can't come over here where the Mexicans where Vado is, or Mexicans can't come over this side where black people are, and it's it's just a mess, man. Like, and the thing of it killed me is like, well, look, y'all pretty much got the same enemy. Like, why are y'all fighting amongst each other?
Right.
And I want to shout out too, real quick, going back to the black people and Latinos and as a whole. I want to shout out the Black congregation, because they that channel has been really talking about it heavy, about the relationship, and it was talking about how, like, a lot of people in Latin America, and in Latin period, they adopted this white supremacy theology, particularly the men folk. But like, they'd be like, oh, we gotta keep the race pure and stuff. But it's like, these people, especially like you trying to, the whole dream and the DACA and all that stuff, these people was the same people that put y'all in cages. But then y'all, and black people came out, and so like, no, like we're the group that come out. If anybody's mistreated, we come out, for the most part, we come out and like, hey, look, that ain't cool. Because we understand how that feels. Like being treated because we different, treated wrong because you different.
Yeah.
But then when y'all get like on the channel, it's saying like y'all get a one up, or y'all get a one up, and then y'all get the white man, put that in air quotes, like they display y'all like, well, see, these guys are okay, but yeah, they ain't. Yeah, but they're, what I'm saying, they're not hit and mistreated as bad as us when it comes to certain stuff. Not to make it a pissing contest. That's not what this is. But it's just, what I'm saying, like they make it where they just make it where like it's, what I'm saying, it's like a bunch of infighting and stuff, and two, real quick, like the Latin, the Afro Latinos, because they're starting to get some shine. They kind of tell you how it is with like other Latino stuff, and because certain people look, like certain Latinos, they look like they pass as white. Some of the Latinos, they say stuff, some slick shit, thinking like, oh, we're comfortable, we can say it, and find out like, nah, you shouldn't have said that shit.
Right, exactly.
But anyway, I'm sorry, I know that was a long rambling.
Nah, it's good, man. Good, man.
But I had to kind of get that, yeah.
But it's an interesting topic. I mean, we got to talk about stuff like that. Like, I was listening to Black Dot, he was talking about it, and everything he said I could really agree with, because Black Dot is from where I'm from. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's from New York, and so he knows. He was saying how in New York we look, we be hanging out with the Spanish kids like, what's up, nigga? And they be like, yeah, what's up, nigga? We was nigga all day, and it was not a problem. It's just the mindset is different. You know what I mean? We didn't look at them as, oh, y'all light, so y'all like the white folks. Y'all can't say it. Nah, it was just y'all live here where we live, and we all growing up together, so it was just comfortable to say, what up, nigga? And then say it back. And, it's a different mindset in places like California. You know what I mean? or somewhere else. It's just real different. So, but that's how comfortable we was in New York. We could say it back and forth, not to the white folks, but to the Hispanics, we would say that all day. You know what I mean? Nowadays, everybody's, oh well, Hispanics shouldn't say it either. They're not the same.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. Like the Puerto Ricans and stuff. It's just, yeah, to me, it's like I don't understand what the beef is because like
Right.
the people from the islands, the Spanish people that's in the islands, they pretty much went through the same shit
We did. Yeah.
we did pretty much.
Yep.
I mean, to the there's I mean, you gotta think like actually those people came from another set of people that are not even here anymore.
Right.
Those what are it, Taino Indians? That's where they come from. The Latinos. That's where they come from. They a lot of those that were raped by the Spanish colonizers. That's their descendants. But the actual Taino Indians, they gone. They wiped them own selves out because they like, look, we'd rather die than make y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, bad, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. But, again, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments. We want to hear from y'all. Don't forget, hit the buttons like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
We need funds allocated so we can build the school.
The school,